everyone. This video is follow-up on the previous series of the single pass, and I had a problem with the previous video where I was not able to be successful when I was printing on the A sheet. And doing a lot of thinking, I concluded also that probably I was not successful on printing on the B sheet. I don't think I was, and I will explain here why. And I'm sorry I was not humble enough and jumped right away to say, oh, I nailed it, oh, I was successful. No, I was not successful. And I did not nail it. I should be more humble. And I'm going to keep the quest until I find the solution. And here's what the problem is. Okay, the reason why I was not successful with printing on the A sheet, if you remember when I had the white on the top, and the colors on the bottom, hoping that when I'm gonna press and flip that the white is gonna go on the shirt and the colors are gonna remain on the top. What happened that the white overwhelmed everything down. So I start thinking about it. Gosh, what's going on? Let's try to do some experiment and simply just print 4 squares, and each one is a spot color. So this one is a spot black, and I have the white toner in the printer, so it's going to print white. And this is 100K, and 0 cyan, 0 magenta, 0 yellow. This is 100 magenta, this is 100 yellow, this is 100 blue. And when I printed, this is the print side of the A sheet, okay? Let me scratch it. All right, this is the print side. So when I printed, I mimicked what I did in the image, so I put the bottom layer is the blue, and the top, very top, was the white. And I was hoping that after I print, that my printer is gonna lay the blue first, and then will lay on the other colors, and then we'll put the white on the very top. So when I'm gonna flip the paper, I'm gonna see the blue here. And that was not the case. That was not the case. That's why I failed on A sheet, and that's why I think I also failed on B sheet. And I have to admit, I probably was not successful yet printing on B sheet for this very good reason. I'm not able to stack the colors and print them one at a time. It's still, I have to look for that magic solution where when I'm gonna print those colors, it's gonna keep the blue printed completely and is gonna lay the top color on it and the top color on it layer and the top layer on it stacked, where it's not gonna subtract from each other, or it's not gonna knock out the intersection between the two. Because here the white is going to be completely on the blue, like what happened in my previous video, and it washed it out completely, blocked it completely. There was nothing other than just a scrambled white and red that gave me that kind of pinkish color, and it was not usable. And that's why I think probably I didn't even succeed in the B sheet putting the white under base. I was not, and the reason is this. Now, the opposite happened with the B sheet, okay? So basically, when I printed on the B sheet, if you remember, we put the white underneath, and we put the color on the top. So what the printer did, it kind of printed the white and laid on it the color, but when the color laid on the white, it took it out, it knocked it out. Like same thing is happening here. And simply because the B sheet is white in nature, in color, even when I was printing, if you remember in the previous video of it on the pink paper, how I'm gonna be able to tell if my color knocked out the white underneath it or it did not? Obviously, when there's no color the white extending beyond it is going to show up as white, and I would say, oh yeah, this is successful. Hey, I was successful. I was not. My white layer, or let's put it that way, the very top layer is knocking out the underneath layers. And even when I was printing on the B sheet, my white top layer knocked out let me correct myself. On the B sheet, the top color layer knocked out the underneath white. So I think in reality, I did not have white under base. I didn't. And how would I know the B sheet? I'm not going to be able with the B sheet to do this and say, oh, it didn't show up. There's no way, because it's not transparent. I discovered that when I printed on transparent layer. Now, when I was printing different blending modes of the layers, experimenting, and I wanted to use one paper only so I do not waste the expensive transparent papers. And somehow one of them got on the other one. With second pass, we got the proper stacking of the image. So look here, the white came accidentally on this. This is from this image, came on this accidentally because I was using the same paper and it's so crowded. And when I'm gonna print and flip, look how beautiful this is, because this magenta here has a true under base. And you can compare the magenta here to the magenta here. You can see how it popped here because it had a true white underbase. Now this is my quest. My quest now is, since my printer's driver and color handling is set in stones, I have to think of a method to be able to do this with one single pass. Again, I do apologize, guys. I'm not trying to confuse anyone. Honestly, this is a true quest to find the answer and to find the solution. And I don't believe now, studying my result on the A sheet, I don't believe I was successful with the B sheet for very good reason. I was not able to have a white underbase, but I didn't have a chance with the B sheet to flip the paper to the other side and say, oh, it didn't show. I was not able to do that. And my color was on the top, so that confused me. It made me think that the image had a white underbase. We'll keep the journey, we'll keep the quest, and I'm not gonna quit until I feel that it's almost impossible to find a solution. I know the guys at Ghost are very smart. I know that. They are very smart. They're very genius. They came up with a solution and they thought it. And they came up with 2 passes. Another reason why colors may seem to be washed out, and that's a very significant reason, is that always the CMYK is not going to be as vivid as the RGB. So if you're comparing one image CMYK to one image RGB, obviously the RGB is going to be more vibrant in color. But this is not the issue. The issue is here, finding the way to do a true white underbase. I'm not going to remove my previous videos. I'm going to put on an update, thinking again and over and over and over until we find a solution. Okay guys, I'm out of here. Thank you.